turnovers. St. Thomas has turned the ball over 13 times. Florida Memorial has only gotten 5 points off those turnovers. The big key has been points off of the bench for Florida Memorial.
Turnaround jump shot by Quincy Urbina there was no good. St. Thomas on the transition back.
But that's a little bit deceiving with Ali and Stevens actually coming off of the bench. Points off the bench for Florida Memorial are 12, and Ali and Stevens have 11 of those 12.
3-point basket by Antoine Joe is good for St. Thomas. And off the pass up ahead, that ball goes off of the hands of Urbina. He could not come down with that. Not going to lie, I missed who threw that pass, Drew.
I missed it too.
Oh, that's bad on both of us.
Yes, it is. The one thing that's kept Florida Memorial in the game is that they are 10 for 14 from the free throw line. Although both teams are shooting horrible from the field, Brian. St. Thomas shooting 36%, Flobo shooting 33%.
Millwood tries to give it over to Jones. Jones jump hook over Ali. There's a rebound by Sheikh Kebe.
You know, although he missed that, Brian, I don't understand why more people don't go to the jump hook. It is one of the toughest shots to block in basketball.
Urbina's 3-point shot bounces around and out. St. Thomas back up ahead. Pace off the screen. He got a little bump there. They're going to call a foul there on Quincy Urbina.
It's third. Team's first of the second half.
Dante Pace. Little savvy guard, only 6'1", but used all of his body in contact there. Down low, that is Millwood, being guarded by Ali. Kicks it all the way out to the corner. Ball up top. When you have a foul on the floor, who are they going to call that on? They're going to call that on K-Bay. He was trying to prevent Quintarius Jones from getting that. He had position, Jones did.
They were dancing too much down there, Brian.
Now, Jones is 6'8", but he definitely has about 30 pounds on not only Sheikh, but also on Ali. And there's another foul.
Looks like we're going to have a long second half also, Brian.
Aubrey Washington is called for that. And so we saw after the ejections, the officials really being with the quick whistle, and that is sort of carried over here, is already in less than 2 minutes, Florida Memorial has picked up 3 fouls. Inside, going up, coming over for the block attempt. No good, loose ball. Washington comes up with it.
Brandon came over for that block attempt.
On the move, Washington.
Great
over to Mack. And let's see, I had a seal there by Ali. He tried to seal off Jones. Ali's a little shaken up.
Ooh.
I think he might have.
Yeah, in the manhood.
Yeah, there's a. They called that foul on 33, Quintarius Jones. That is his 4th foul. So that puts him and St. Thomas. I mean, that by far and away.
He's the second leading scorer right now for St. Thomas, and the leading scorer who's remaining eligible to play today.
Yeah, that's a tough call, because he actually, along with Russell, were a big part of why they had the lead that they had in that first half of the first half.
Well, let's do the math, right? St. Thomas has 32 points.
Well, now
Russell and Jones have 16 of those 32 points.
Well, looking at who's on the floor for St. Thomas, it'll be interesting to see who provides the offensive production now. And a missed free throw attempt.
And the more interesting to see who's going to provide the offensive production. Can Flobo take advantage of the lack of scoring?
Missed opportunity there off of 2 missed free throws. Still 34-32, 2-point lead. There's a pull-up attempt. And that bucket right there by number 2, Antoine Joe, ties the ball game up. They're much smaller now, so let's see if the speed, if they try to force some turnovers. There's Mack with a nice pull-up jump shot. That's good. Sam Mack. I have to catch myself. I keep wanting to call him Chris, and I don't know why. I must be thinking of Coach Chris Mack in college. I don't know. I have to catch myself every now and then. There's Pace. And this is a smaller group. There's at the free throw line, nearly stolen away. It is deflected. Comes up with it is Urbina. He's going to the bucket. And count that bucket. No, they're going to say no, it was on the floor. At the next level, though, that's got to be 2 points. I'm very surprised because I thought he was in his.
At this level, bro.
Well, I thought he was in his steps to the basket.
I thought he had gathered, yes.
Mm-hmm.
His steps to the basket, gathered, whatever phrase you want to use.
And checking into the ball game for St. Thomas, number 3, Lee Richmond, and Amon Ellington checks out. Coach Harris for St. Thomas with a few words for Ellington. That was his first foul. Put the ball up top to Ali. I'm surprised you can't get the ball to the 7-footer. There's Urbina, misses that. That's got to be frustrating. How can that ball not get tossed up to Ali? I mean, sometimes you just have to, you have the height advantage. Just give him a little lob, put it up there. Let the 7-footer go get it.
Can we get a seal?
There it is. There it is. Give it to him. He's asking for it. There's Ali. There it is. Thank you. Way to hear me from all the way up here, Mr. Washington. Ali scores that bucket, and Florida Memorial has a 4-point lead, 38-34.
His 6 point on the day, Brian. 3 of 5 from the field. 3 rebounds for Ali.
Coming off the screen is Pace. He shoots the 3, and that's a nice 3-point basket. Pats himself on the chest. And back comes Washington quickly up the floor. Gives the ball to Shake. Shake, there's Ali. Ali turns to face the buckets. Jump hook, got him. And there, now see, that's going to be the mismatch all day. Ali has the advantage, being guarded by number 35, Jacob Ray. That is a mismatch. And if Florida Memorial doesn't take advantage of it, it'll be a shame.
Jacob Ray, only 6'5" from IMG Academy in Los Angeles, California.
And trying to get that ball into the post there was Lee Richmond, trying to get that ball down to Ray.
Also, Ray is a redshirt freshman.
Exactly, right. Going up against a senior, so that's a tough spot to be in.
A senior with NBA on the NBA radar.
Ali lost his shoe. But wait a minute, okay, yes, basket there by Mack, who is playing at a high level right now, and pushes the lead up to 5. Mack with 22 points in the ball game.
22 points in 18 minutes. Right, anytime you're averaging more points than minutes, it's a good thing.
Very efficient production right now, 8 of 14 from the field. Sam Mack Jr. Morgan Park High School out of Chicago, Illinois. There's Pace being guarded by Washington. There's a handoff. Nice move. I think that was partially blocked by Ali. Ali picks it up. Can he get the quick outlet? He does. 2-on-1. Washington. Urbina. Whoa! Well, just a little too high for Urbina.
Urbina is a
Pace stepped on the line. That corner has caught that's the third time that somebody has stepped in that corner. Somebody has stepped out.
I was gonna say about Urbina, he's very explosive. He can go up and get that, but you got to put a little bit closer, Brian.
Look, Washington threw that ball.
Took the shot clock off.
Yeah, I was gonna say he almost hit the shot clock on that attempt. I like the effort though. Checked into the ball game for Florida Memorial's number 1 there.
Oh yeah.
And Terrence Clayton is fouled by Dante Pace. That's his second. And let's see, new substitutions for Florida Memorial. Muhammad Gilchrist checks in, and Aubrey Washington comes out. Let's see if they go back to that lob play again. It worked last time. Do it again. Oh, I don't understand it. Sometimes you try to do too much. Watch that push off by Mack. Mack being guarded by Pace. Urbina. There's a big mismatch down low. Just throw it down there.
Give him a better pass. That's a bad entry angle. Bad
entry angle. Turnover by the Lions. Stolen away by Mack cross court. He's on the break. He's by himself. Will he keep going to the bucket? He will. It's stolen away, though. Give some credit to St. Thomas there.
Do you credit him a block or a steal?
I'd call that a steal.
Okay.
3-point attempt, no good. Coming up with it, though. St. Thomas on the second chance. There's another 3-point attempt by number 12. And that time it's going to go out of bounds. Daniel Coulter had 2 3-point attempts on that possession. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Got to see. I didn't see who called that timeout. It's a full timeout.
Media timeout.
Media timeout is what we have. So with 14:38 to play, Florida Memorial with a 42-37 lead. We'll be back right after these words. You're watching Florida Memorial basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Your ad could be ran here. MyJBN.com/support. MyJBN.com/support for more information. Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things.
Back to live action, 14:35 to play in the ball game. Florida Memorial with a 42-37 lead over St. Thomas. Stevens, there's Clayton. I think that was partially deflected there by Antoine Joe. So St. Thomas ends up with the ball. That is Joe on the left side. Gives it over to Ray. Ray sets a screen up for Coulter. He shoots that shot short. Rebound by Ali. Kicks it all the way up ahead. Secured by number 5, Corin Bradley. Florida Memorial takes their time
Look
here.
at the mismatch. Okay, they got the switch.
Down low to Ali. Let's see, what does he do? Right hand. Didn't get enough strength, but he gets his own rebound. Put back no good. Rebound by Ray.
That was, I hate to say that's a little bit of a weak move there, Brian.
I was looking for the right word to say. I would like to see a little more strength on that shot. I think if he had gone up a little bit stronger, a little bit higher, I mean, I know he is 7 feet, but a little more strength in that bucket.
And I think he almost went too quick. He really didn't get himself set.
Possibly. There's a 2-point bucket by Antoine Joe.
When you ask who's going to step up, Brian.
Joe has stepped up with two baskets.
He's the first one to step up. Let's see if somebody can step up and help.
Yes, sir. Stevens with the ball. Picks up a screen by Ali. Finds his way to the bucket. Count that basket, Tristan Stevens. Stevens has stepped up quite nicely off the bench with 9 points right now. Used the screen from Ali quite well. There's Pace coming off this screen to the bucket, left hand, and he is fouled, and they're going to say he was in the act of shooting, most likely. 2 shots for Dante Pace. Foul on Terrence Clayton of FMU, his first, team 4th in the second half. Substitutions in the ball game for Florida Memorial. Number 14, Ebenezer Abugaye, as well as number 2, Murad Berrien. They come in for Ali. For Ali and Urbina, I believe. Second one is good. And we've got a 30-second timeout. And Coach Harris, I'm not sure, with a few words for the official there, but he calmly walks away. I'm not really sure what that was all about.
Especially after you just shot a pair of free throws.
Yeah, I'm not really sure that, 44-40, Florida Memorial leading here. Of course, earlier in the day, we had an amazing comeback by St. Thomas. That's the only way we can describe it. Florida Memorial women had a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter with about seven and some change to play. And one young lady for St. Thomas, Anari Dozier, she just got hot, and pretty much they couldn't stop her as down the stretch. St. Thomas ended up winning the contest 83-78.
They were 10 for 10 from the line in the quarter and shot about 64% from the field.
Dozier probably had about 20 of her game-high 32 in that fourth quarter. So out of the break, St. Thomas picks up in the 2-2-1. St. Thomas will have to try to get through the break. And they do get across half court, and there's a deflection stolen away. St. Thomas comes up with it. Ball in the hands of Dante Pace. That's what they wanted. They wanted to try to force a deflection, see what they could get out of it. There's a three-point attempt. And that bucket is good there by number 2, Antoine Joe. And he comes up a little sore. Because I'm not sure whether he landed on somebody or somebody stepped on him when he landed, but Joe now has 11 and 7 in this quarter, and it's a tie ball game at 44. So mass substitutions by Coach Alameen. He puts in his most productive players to date in Urbina, Mack, and Ali. I believe he might even put Sheikh Kebe back in the ball game. So almost the starting unit is back in the ball game for Florida Memorial with 12:17 to play. And dealing with, well, it was looking like a 2-2-1. Now it switched up to a 1-2-2. Washington up ahead to Urbina. Urbina kicks to the corner to Kebe. And he turns it over, threw it right to a St. Thomas player. That's Coulter. Coulter decides to shoot the three. No good, in and out. Rebound by Mack. So now they pick up man-to-man. Mack gives it over to Sheikh. Sheikh down low to Urbina. That's a mismatch, 6'7" versus 6'1". Can he find his way to the bucket? Can he be strong? Going to his right. Puts it on the left side of the glass, no good, and there's a technical coming. And that might be his second.
Is that Urbina?
That's Urbina. That's an ejection, isn't it? That's his second technical.
Write this time down, Brian. 11:39. Score is tied, 44-44. As he goes and gathers his things and head towards the locker room, Brian.
And that's unfortunate because he had the advantage. I don't know. Look, he must have been frustrated at himself. Pace was holding his ground. He held his position, which is what he's allowed to do. I was just surprised. I think what happened, if Urbina could have kept going left, he would have made that bucket. But somehow he tried to come back to his right. And, you know, so give some credit to Dante Pace. I mean, that was a 6'7" versus 6'1" matchup. And Pace not only won the matchup, but then Urbina, for losing his composure, said something and is ejected. So now St. Thomas is back up too. Florida Memorial comes back up with the ball. That's Stevens. Hands over to Mack. Mack for three. Top of the key. Good. And when all else fails, put the ball back in the hands of your leading scorer right now, Sam Mack, and he has 25. And he puts Florida Memorial back up by 1, 47-46. Approaching 11 minutes in the ball game. Into the trees goes Richmond. In the corner is Joe, and there's a shot. So right back answering for St. Thomas, Antoine Joe. Down low, Ali, little jab, kick over to Mack. He'll shoot the three and answers back. He looks right back at Joe, says, what you got, son? Oh, and the official, come on.
There it is. You have to in the game like this, Brian.
You got to let
it's a rival game. We've already had the garbage in the first half. Urbina picked up one for
did they
diarrhea of the mouth.
Hold on a second. Did they just call double technicals?
No.
No, I think they did. Did they call double technicals on that?
No.
So that's just the technical on Sam Mack. You gotta.
Can't have diarrhea of the mouth.
No, I'm sure that was a friendly little. Hey, that was an answer back to the 3-point attempt by Joe. You gotta let some of that go. My opinion.
Not in the game that's this intense. Has already had a scrum.
We've only had one. Taunting. We had one scrum. We haven't had anything since then.
The taunting, and I'm pretty sure the referees have told them, stop with the trash talk and talk to your teammates. Don't talk to the people in the other color.
Okay. Well, after that, the 2 technicals made by Dante Pace put St. Thomas back up ahead 1, 51-50. The officials certainly are making their presence known here and trying to control this ball game, or at least keep the ball game from getting out of control. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. There's a travel by Jacob Ray. Get a ball back to Florida Memorial. Matt, who hit that 3-pointer earlier, has 28 now in the ball game, 4 of 10 from behind the arc.
So, Brian,
I believe he only has 1 personal foul. He has that 1 technical.
That wasn't back with the technical, was it?
Yes, it was back with the technical. Back into the ball game for St. Thomas is number 33, Quintarius Jones. Now, he has 4, so it'll be interesting to see how they attack him. Washington for 3. Comes up short. Ali with the follow.
Off balance.
Off balance. Now, see, there's where being 7'1" or 7 feet has its advantage. And Jones didn't want to foul him, or that would have been it for him. So he had to sort of let Ali have that one, because any sort of slight contact, let's see if Ali can get around Jones. All kinds of bodies trying to get to Jones, and they're going to foul him. And Jones is going to the line to shoot. You had guys flying by him from his left, his right, and then he turned into the double team. And unfortunately, I think that is on Sheikh Kebe. Or?
Ali.
No, they call that on Ali.
Yes. And I think that's the right call that was on Ali. Brian, I got to put these technical fouls into perspective for us. We have more combined technical fouls than we have 3-point field goals made by either team, Brian. We have 5 combined technical fouls. Each team has made 4 threes in the game.
Okay. Substitution in the ball game as Sheikh comes out of the ball game for Florida Memorial. And that basket is good. Now, what's interesting at this point, I'm surprised St. Thomas doesn't play offense-defense and get Stevens off. I mean, this is a defensive dead ball. I would probably get Stevens off the floor.
It's a little early to do that, Brian. Let him get a good
He had one foul, and that's it. One foul, and that's it, Drew. This is a mismatch. Ali's got to go to the bucket.
You got to trust the fact that Jones is a senior, that he's going to be able to do the right thing.
Now, that's an interesting call on Washington, who is clearly on the other side of the floor, not even on the ball side, but he's called for that, his third. Be interesting to see how much room they allow for the closeness. Washington's guarding very tight, very tight.
Ellington using that off arm very aggressively.
Any kind of contact, and I'm sure that's going to result in a foul call. And there's a nice soft touch there by Jones.
That's why you leave him on the floor, Brian.
Well, offensive dead ball. That he could have put him back in on the last play. There's Ali for 3. No good. St. Thomas with a 3-point lead.
Jones is happy with Ali shooting that 20
3. Trying to get the ball inside to Jones, and from behind, Matt comes up with the steal. Credit to Ali for the deflection. Matt on the move, driving to the right. They're going to call that one. He's going to shoot 2. Foul on number 0, Abdel Wahad.
I was going to let you try that one, Brian. I was not going to try it.
Appreciate it. And at the line, Sam Mack with 2 points, or 2 free throws, rather.
Mack 4 of 7 for the day on the line. Making 4 of 8. If that's the one hole in his game today, Brian, it's his free throw shooting.
Hit the back of the rim on that one. 8:37 to play. Florida Memorial trailing by 3, now 2 points. (55-53). St. Thomas leading. 8:30 to play. Ball's in the hands of Ellington. That's Antoine Joe. He's been the hot hand, so to speak, prior to Jones. There's Pace. 3-point attempt is good for the lefty, and that just put St. Thomas up 5, 58-53. Washington across the half-court line, being guarded by Ellington. Picks up a screen by Ali on the right side. Found inside is Stevens. Nice pump fake. Tristan Stevens gets that one to go. Good fake there by Stevens. Sometimes you get so wide open. I was a little nervous that he was going to miss that.
I was too, especially when it rolled around and you don't use the backboard.
Driving into the lane. No good on that attempt was Richmond. Rebound by Florida Memorial. Back comes Stevens. Clayton into the lane. Nice. You know what? That was a nice ball fake, which shook the defender.
And then to the parting of the Red Sea.
Right down the lane. 1-point ball game. 58-57. St. Thomas leading by 1 on Florida Memorial. 7:17 to play. Here comes the screen. Pace for 3 again.
You know, Jones
not the last one.
He set no screens also that he doesn't pick up an illegal screen.
2 consecutive 3-pointers by Dante Pace. 4-point lead for St. Thomas. There's Ali. He shoots the 3. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Richmond. You got to get Ali to go to the bucket. You got to tell him, look, that young man guarding you has 4 fouls. He does not want to, he doesn't even want to touch you. That should have been a drive to the bucket, even if it was just a pump faking drive. I think any kind of bump would have been a foul. There's a pull-up jump shot by Richmond. And check that, that was Joe. And now St. Thomas calls a timeout, good timeout by Coach Harris. It is a full timeout. So it's 6:39 to play in the half. Florida Memorial trailing by 6 points to St. Thomas. You're watching Florida Memorial basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Have you had your Earthblend coffee today? At Earthblend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earthblend Coffee.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU.
6:39 to play, back from the timeout. St. Thomas with a 63-57 lead, and they pick up full court pressure. Florida Memorial, ball in the hands of Terrence Clayton. Gets across the timeline. Being guarded by Antoine Joe. Mubashar Ali outside. There, he's going to the bucket. There it is. That should have been the foul. That should have been the foul on Jones, but it's not.
Is that what we were just talking about?
We were just talking about that, and that should have been the foul. That should have been number 5 on Jones, but it's not. Oh, but they call that. Unbelievable. I would be hot and mad if I were Coach Alameen, but I'm going to be objective up here as best as I can. And we got a full timeout by Florida Memorial as Coach Alameen calls that timeout. So we'll take another break. 6:09 left to play. St. Thomas with a 63-57 lead. You're watching Florida Memorial basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Ave's record. 202 and 36, I think, some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. The whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, for 160 minutes, we was better than them.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again.
Back to live action. 6:09 remaining in the half at the free throw line. Amon Ellington for St. Thomas. And on the 1-and-1, Florida Memorial with 19 fouls. St. Thomas only with 4. 64-57, now leading by 7. And in this second half, it is the three-point shooting that has been the big difference maker for St. Thomas. They are 6 of 10 from behind the arc after going 0 for 6 in the first half.
K-Bay handling the ball now.
8-point lead. K-Bay picks up a screen, going left all the way to the bucket.
That was easy.
I mean, now, that time there was less contact by Jones than the previous drive by Ali. And I think already we've seen if Jones is guarding you, I think what Coach Alameen might be saying is go to the basket.
Yeah.
That has to be the message at this point.
And let's be real. I'm pretty sure the referees have a little inkling of who has 4 on the floor, especially if they're one of the primary players for their team, like such as Washington for Florida Memorial and Jones for St. Thomas.
And you tell me, does that go into your mind or the mind of an official in a game like this in the second half? Does it make a difference?
Do you really want me to be honest with you?
I asked you the question. That's up to you whether you want to be honest or not.
Okay. Everybody in this gym knows who the key players are on each of these teams, correct?
Yes.
If we had fans here, we know who the fans will be coming to pay to watch. They want to see those players on the court as much as possible. So when you put a whistle on them, you want to make sure it's a good whistle. That's all I'm going to say. You know, they're going to be able to get away with the marginal call where somebody off the bench is going to get that call. Same thing happens in the league. Same thing happens at the Division I level.
Interesting. 66-59 lead, 7-point lead for St. Thomas.
And we will continue with our Secrets from the Stripe series in a future broadcast.
Nice little two-man game.
Oh! He tried to give him some Thanksgiving stuffing, but the oven door would not open, Brian.
That was a nice little two-man game by Ali and K-Bay, unable to finish. Driving baseline and almost trying to make that block. Richmond, let's see, now he gets the tech for flexing. And you got to, come on, Richmond. Richmond now, he's 6'1", And all credit, he just scored on 6'9" K-Bay, but I think the flex was a bit much.
And we have added to our technical foul totals. The technicals will not let us outdo the three-pointers. St. Thomas, 6 threes, technical fouls, 6.
Now, you're just saying per one team or just overall? Not
total
overall.
Technical fouls in this
both
game
teams
or
or
6.
in this game? Okay, but how
6 technical fouls in this game. St. Thomas only had 6 threes in this game.
Okay. Well, we had 10 total three-pointers in the game.
That's still not good, Brian.
No, it's not. That first free throw attempt by Aubrey Washington is good. It's a 8-point deficit for the Lions.
Let me they got it correct.
They updated the technicals?
No, they fixed it. They had added one too many technicals.
Okay. And Shea K-Bay comes out of the ball game. Second free throw attempt by Washington's good. 5:02 left to play.
St. Thomas.
So
12 points off of. St. Thomas 12 points off of 14 Florida Memorial turnovers.
St. Thomas in the 2-2-1. See if they drop back into a 2-3 or whether they come back man. Nope, they picked up man. Oh, there's a wide open man on the backside, but nobody saw him. Let's see, they go down low. Down low to Ali. Here comes the quick double, but he's able to get that one to go. Notice now, off the floor for St. Thomas was Jones, which I have a feeling I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Harris now plays offense-defense game with Jones.
And Bill was probably about 20 pounds lighter than Jones and 4 inches shorter also.
Ellington over to Joe. Joe coming off the screen, going left, pull up at the nail. Nope. Make sure you come up with that rebound. There's Ali with it. Stevens up the floor, driving hard to the lane. He's got a man, lost the ball, comes up with it though, and coach calls a timeout. Somebody called timeout. Oh, wait, first we got a foul first. They call a foul on St. Thomas. Wow, foul on number 1, Ellington. Now, see, I will say that play right there is indicative of what we saw and what happened in the first half. The amount of time it took for the officials to call a jump ball in the first half, which led to the scrum, which led to the ejection, versus what we had here, where I thought the minute he was on the floor, there was a timeout called, but the officials said no and called a foul.
Yes.
Interesting how.
And as a coach, you really can't get mad at that particular foul because what do you always tell your kids? Get on the floor, get after the ball. If that contact occurs.
Nice move by Stevens off the pass right there at the high post, turn face, cut to the basket. 3-point deficit for Florida Memorial.
That looked like something out the UCLA or Duke playbook right there, Brian.
Hey, that was a textbook play right there. You've got Joe. There's a steal by Stevens. On the break. Can he finish? Yes, he does. I wasn't sure if he wanted to lay it up or dunk it, but the most important thing was to get 2 points. 1-point ball game. 3:33 to play in the contest. This is going to come down to every possession now. Pace, driving left. He's a left-hander, so that's his side of the floor. Down to Jones. Being guarded by Ali. Kicks it all the way up to Joe. Joe, hand up by Clayton. Off the screen. On Ali. No good. Rebound. Comes up. How did St. Thomas come up with that? Washington comes up with it. He's on the break. All the way to the bucket. What are they going to say? On the floor? On the floor as Dante Pace wasn't able to get his.
He's still going to be getting free throws, but it's going to be a 1-1 instead of an and 1.
Dante Pace, he had his hands up. Now that time he was still moving. So, but I would still like to see, we've seen on the break, I would like to have seen that ball go to the middle and maybe come back or go to the other side. At the free throw line, Aubrey Washington. A chance to tie and take the lead for Florida Memorial. Knocks that one down. He remains perfect. 3 for 3 on the day.
The senior, not a big scorer, but clearly the floor general for this team, Brian.
3:06 left to play. Tie ball game at 68. A chance to put Florida Memorial back on top after being down by as much as 8 just a few minutes ago.
You know, Brian, this game kind of reminds me of, you ever watch some ESPN classics, the Ali Frazier fights? That's what this game kind of reminds me of. The back and forth, the rivalry, the knockout blows.
Well, I told you the last year, the 2 games went to overtime, and there's a turnover. Nice. That turnover was forced by Tristan Stevens, and Florida Memorial, Drew, is on a 9-0 run. 9-0 run for the Lions with a 1-point lead. The 2 games last year went overtime, 94-91 and 76-72, so they were close ball games. St. Thomas has won the last 6 contests. That's 3 years of playing each other. Mack for 3. Count it! Sam Mack, big shot with 35. 72-68 lead for the Lions. Correction, Mack has 32. There's Pace going right. That's not his shooting hand, so that's what you want to do. Send him right. There's Ellington going left. Joe, you got to watch out for him. He's been the hot hand inside to Jones. Jones guarded by Ali. He pulls up. That's what you want him to do. You want him to shoot that far away from the bucket.
And Ali with the great hand in the face.
Back comes Washington. Stevens over to Mack. Mack guarded by Pace.
And let him go to work.
Ali goes up for that. There's got to be a foul. No foul. Yep, now they call it. I was going to say, after the second time he got pushed, that had to be a foul.
Oh, I guess you missed the hit on the elbow there, Brian.
I missed it. You saw it. The official must not have saw it. And that's going to be number 5 on Quintarius Jones. And give some credit to Ali for being aware of the situation and staying strong in terms of going to the bucket.
All right, we got 1:54 to go in the ball game, Brian. Let's do a quick reset. 18 fouls for St. Thomas, 10 fouls for Florida Memorial. Foul trouble for Florida Memorial is Washington.
First free throw is good by Ali.
Aubrey Washington with 4 fouls. K-Bay has 3 fouls.
Second attempt is good. The lead is now 6, so just like that.
Ali Stevens also with 3.
And this is a 14-0 run that we're watching right now by Florida Memorial. They were down 68-60 at one point, and there's a turnover by Joe.
Also,
Tristan Stevens, that's the second time on the sideline that Tristan Stevens has affected a turnover.
Also for Memorial, keep in mind that Urbana has been ejected from the game.
Ball in the hands of Terrence Clayton, guarded by Antoine Joe. Over to Stevens. Let's see if they get inside Ali.
Great way to get around.
That one was deflected by Millwood. 3-point attempt by Joe. Comes up short. Washington comes up with that rebound out to Ali. Ali up to Mack. Mack going to the bucket. Nice finish.
Oh, he touched it. Oh. I thought maybe he didn't get a finger on it, but I guess he did.
Oh yeah, he touched it. He touched it. That was a slow roll around the rim by Mack, but that's all right though. Florida Memorial on a 14-0 run with a 74-68 lead. 1:18 to play. We'll take a break. You're watching Florida Memorial basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KeversVoice.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Back to live action here at the Lions Den. Brian, I'm going to do a quick recap of what's going on with St. Thomas. 18 fouls. They've got 18 fouls. Quentin Jones has
three-point attempt by Antoine Joe, and he is fouled there by number 1, Terrence Clayton, and he will go to the line to shoot 3.
Get back there. Quintarius Jones has fouled out of the game. Ejected from the game earlier today were Russell and I forgot who was the other player ejected, Brian?
Number 11, Tyreek Wade.
Tyreek Wade, yes, okay. Other people that foul trouble, Pace and Millwood for St. Thomas.
Joe shooting the first of 3. Knocks that one down.
One last thing, Brian. If we do have a tie-up and there are no fouls called as people are going for the tie-up, St. Thomas has the arrow down the stretch.
Second attempt. Rolls, bounces out. Substitutions for Florida Memorial. Ali and Mack come back into the ball game. Well, maybe it was just Ali.
Replacing K-Bay.
And Mack will come down, and Murad Berrien will move out of the low block. Here we go. Last free throw attempt. It's a 5-point lead for the Lions. And so 2 of 3 made by Antoine Joe. Full court pressure by St. Thomas. Up ahead, find your bigs. Mack up ahead. Got to get the ball out. There's Stevens.
Oh, you missed him on the back cut.
That's all right, though. Even if you miss him, you're like, let's see what happens.
They're trying to run clock.
Trying to see if they got to come up and foul. That's the interesting thing here. Foul or trap, and there's going to be a foul. That was a pretty aggressive play there by number 3, Lee Richmond, but
still in the 1-on-1, Brian.
Did what he needed to do, which is commit a foul.
And it's like Coach Alamine is going off his defense here right now, Brian.
That'll send Murad Berrien to the line, and so coming out for Florida Memorial, Mack and Ali. Checking back in is K-Bay and I believe Stevens check back in.
Yes, Tristan Stevens.
74-70, 49.7 left, 1-1.
And let's give a shout out to those people who got the volunteer shirts on who helping keep the floors clean from perspiration today, Brian.
Makes effort. Well, look, we knew real early that those two folks, those two young men, were going to have their work cut out for them in this game.
And I see one of them is even doubling as a camera person. Yeah, photographer also. So
that one is no good. Rebound by St. Thomas. 5-point lead. All the way to the bucket is Richmond. What are they going to call?
That's
block.
A block. That's a block. Oh,
K-Bay tried to draw the block.
He's about a half step slow from beating him to the spot.
Do you think K-Bay should have kind of let him go through and tried to go for the block instead of trying to take the charge?
I never want to fault a player for trying to take
a charge.
Yeah, trying to take that contact. Yes,
I got you.
Because that's what you coach. You know, you go for the block. You 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a block unless you're just that good.
Lee Richmond at the free throw line, shooting 2. First one, no good. Back of the rim. 5-point ball game. Now checking back in for K-Bay and Clayton is Ali and Mack. Stevens stays in the game.
Oh, look, you got 6. Okay, now we're down to 5.
No, check that. Berrien went out and Clayton stayed on the floor. Second free throw attempt for Richmond. 43.3 seconds left. That one is good. 4-point lead for Florida Memorial. Mack with the ball. Nearly lost it. There's Ali. Comes up with it across half court. All the way across court.
Go pull it out of run time.
Let's see. Watch.
Are they trying to foul?
Stevens. They're going to have to here shortly. Stevens takes it back
run the clock off.
Top of the key. Down the lane. And they're going to call,
Look, if you're going to foul early in the clock, not when you get down to 12 seconds and can play defense.
Well, I'm not really sure if Millwood for St. Thomas was trying to play defense. He didn't appear to be trying to foul. Should I say that?
Still a two-possession game with 24.9 remaining.
And maybe that's why he wasn't necessarily trying to foul. And now it's a double bonus, 2 free throws.
And regardless, after this, it still will be a two-possession game.
Stevens unable to make that. Back of the rim, Stevens with 15 points in the game.
7-11 from the line today, Brian.
More substitutions. Back comes Berrien. And back comes K-Bay. And Mack and Ali come off the floor.
Ali 1 rebound away from another double-double, Brian.
Second free throw attempt by Stevens is good. 5-point lead, 24.9 seconds left. Pace with the ball over to Richmond. Richmond, top of the key, step back. Berrien got his hands on that deflection. And he makes that basket. And there's a timeout. Now, I'm curious on the timeout. In order to advance the ball to that's the women's game. I got to remember that. Wrong
game, wrong gender.
Wrong game. All right, full timeout. So with 14.7, we'll take a break. You're watching Florida Memorial Basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Your ad could be ran here. MyJBN.com/support. MyJBN.com/support for more information. Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies.
15.2 seconds. I think they added maybe a couple of tenths of a second back on the floor. Florida Memorial inbound underneath. In the corner is Mack. Finds Washington, and he's fouled by Antoine Joe. 11.5 left. And this comes down to free throws now. If Florida Memorial can make free throws, and that's probably the person that you would want to send to the line for FMU. Washington is 4 of 4 at the line. That's where he has been perfect today.
That's where all of his points have come from today also, Brian.
4-point lead. Now it becomes a 2-possession ball game.
Now this time in offense defense, Ali stays on the court.
Second attempt, short. There's Pace. He's on the left side. That's his side. Remember, he's a left-handed shooter. There's a shot. Back of the rim, no good, but it comes up. Oh, there's a block in the corner by Washington.
That's
going
a
to do it.
double-double for Ali right there on that rebound on that block shot. That should be his double-double.
Okay, wow. And that's how this ball game is going to end as coaches come together at the end. And our final score, Florida Memorial 77,